In this episode, we're going to talk about how to negotiate when selling a business, and I'm going to share the secret of negotiation. The secret to negotiating the sale of your business is quite simple. You can always negotiate down, but it's very hard to negotiate up. Really, the only way to negotiate back up when you're negotiating the sale of your business is to introduce new terms, to change what you're offering. Negotiating on price is only half the battle. The other part of negotiating is negotiating on terms. For instance, if I were to sell you this pen, I would give you $1 million for this pen, and the terms are a penny a year. One of the most important things in negotiating is knowing the value of your product in the marketplace, and probably even more importantly, knowing whoever's trying to buy your business or your product, why they want it, and what you have that they don't have. I recently did a deal where the buyer was very worried about how much the business made, but this particular buyer was even more worried about getting an immigration visa. In this particular deal, the value of the business was about price, but there was some flexibility in price because the business was this person's ticket to immigration. In small business deals, we typically lead with a price. We know what the business should sell for. In bigger deals, the mergers and acquisition type deals that are 10, 20, $30 million, a lot of times sellers will go to market without a price and let the market compete for a price. But with a small business sale, it's wise to name your price and to go out with the price that you're looking for or slightly above that. Speaking of what the price should be, it is wise to go out with a premium on your price. The price that you ask for your business should be tied to your motivation for sale. If you know how much your business is worth, you can ask for a premium if you're not in a rush to sell. But if you really do need to sell your business, you may want to sell it at below a market rate because you're a motivated seller. So earlier we talked about price and we talked about terms, and terms are just as important as price. And seller financing is a very important term. People want to know, how do I have to pay? Do I have to pay all upfront, or would you hold a note? That's what seller financing is. Seller financing means that the seller of the business is the bank. If you act as the bank, there are advantages to a seller. Number one, you make money on the money that you hold. You make interest the same way the bank would. Two, there's a lot of tax advantages. And number three, if you were to get all of your money in a lump sum, chances are you would put it in the bank and you would use it in a similar method that you would use it if you got it through seller financing. The reason you want to consider offering seller financing is it shows that you're committed to the deal. You trust that your business will make money in the future. You have skin in the game, essentially, when selling your business. So buyers will be more trusting of you if you offer seller financing. Another reason to offer seller financing is you will attract a whole lot more buyer prospects if you're offering seller financing. You want to attract as many buyers as possible and then self-select for the most qualified, best fits. So how can you vet a seller to know if they're financially qualified to buy a business? This is really a fine line, because if you ask people, show me your bank account the first time you meet them, you're going to burn through your buyer prospects pretty quickly. If you're entertaining seller financing, you're acting as the bank. So you need to make sure that your buyers are financially qualified to buy your business. So how do you do that? That's really a dance that you have to do with your sellers. How do you get intimate financial information from your buyers? The answer is they want information from you. So you hold back information that they want until your buyer prospect shares information that you want. First, you just ask them, how much money do you have? Give me a range. Most people, if they're serious, will give you an approximation. Then you can share a little bit more about your business. Things like profit and loss statements, utility bills, sales reports that you generate internally, you can share things like this early in the stage. But when it comes to tax returns and other documents that are very intimate to your business, you want to hold off until a buyer shows you they're financially capable through bank statements of their own or a letter from a lender of sorts. So what are some common terms for seller financing? They mimic the SBA financing. So if a buyer was to go to a bank, they would get a note for up to 10 years and they'd pay 6 to 7%. Seller financing notes are typically shorter, so 3 to 5 years, but they're going to be around 6 or 7% interest. When it comes to negotiating the sale of your business, the main things to remember is know the value of your business, know the motivating factors of the person trying to buy your business, and know what your motivation level is. This is going to give you a great set point to have a successful negotiation. And if you're in a situation where you're trying to negotiate the sale of your business and you have questions, give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you about it. You can also follow me on this YouTube channel and like me on all my social properties. If this is helpful, please subscribe and let me know what you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching.